So with every warehouse, a cycle count process is a key to maintain the integrity of the inventory. And if you can see this dashboard within cycle count management dashboard, we have a bunch of tiles like enter cycle count, create cycle count by item, what are the uncounted items, and then cycle count variances for review. And once let's create a cycle count, for example, for the item that we just were transacting on, and then we'll see how we can enter a count and review it and a quick end-to-end process of cycle counting using AtomIQ mobile app and orchestrations. So let me give a description for the count, and I can search for the item here. Let's say I'll use the same item. And if I search it, I can tap it and it just pre-populates it. So what I'm doing here is I am initiating a cycle count for an item. So I'll just hit save and close. Once it's done, it says cycle count submitted successfully. And note that there's only one cycle count, and there are 6 here. So I'm going to do a pull down refresh. And as you see, the count has increased by 11, and there are 2 instead of 1. So a new cycle count got created. So let's go ahead and tap on the first tile, enter count, because that's logically the next step. Someone would then go and count physically these items for the generated cycle count. So in this case, ours was the first one, 04/08/2022. I can tap onto it so that it shows the detail. Once I do that, you can see it shows a list of records that what item and item location records, to be specific in this case, were pulled for cycle count. I can always print the cycle count from here, and it would trigger that cycle count variance. So let me go ahead and enter the cycle count. Before that, I'll just open up the relevant screen in JDE. $405 was the cycle count number. And there we go. And then I'm going to say cycle count detail. And let's say I filter it by lot number this. Okay. So we have this lot across 2 different locations. And for this demonstration, I'm just going to pick this lot and one of these locations and enter count for it. So 2232KN MR1 cage. So to do so, I have to press this enter quantity button, and it takes me to another screen where I can enter the count for any of the items that are present within this cycle count. So I can either scan the item or select it from drop down. Obviously, we initiated only for this item, so just this item. And then the location and lot is MR1 cage. I can always scan this location as well. And then lot is 2232232KN. And then reported as 1. So let's say I found 2. Right? So I'll enter 2 here, hit done, and hit save and close. So what it's going to do in the background is going to submit an orchestration to be able to enter this count. And if I hit on find, you can see there's a count reported for this item location record within this cycle count for 2 quantity. That's what we did from the mobile device, and the count date of today's date. So likewise, the cycle count can be done for all the remaining items within this cycle count, for that matter, any other cycle count. And once it is done, one can always review variances. If I go back and click on this cycle count variances, and my cycle count number was 405. I hit on submit. And let's say my lot is 2232KN. I can always search for this lot. And it shows that there is a variance of 1. The count it is 2. So that's the cycle count variance. And then finally, one can also approve the cycle count. So right now, if you see it's at status, since it's counted, it would have moved it to status 30. And let me approve this by clicking this approve button. And it says which cycle count I need to approve. It's for 405 cycle count. And let me do save and close here. And once I do that and do a pull down refresh, you see the cycle count has gone away from this list, and we are back to 1 because the cycle count was approved, and it would have moved it to status 40 in JV. So that's basically a quick overview of how to do cycle count. Now there are various ways to initiate cycle count. It's just not limited to cycle count by item. You may be doing it differently. So all of those is supported. It's just a quick demonstration to give you a feel of what is possible and how it's possible.